Gorilla food.
Yo, what's up guys? Lou here from TSA. Got a quick question from a high school kid here that I train, and he is really worried about getting his vertical higher. He plays football, baseball, and runs track, but he's worried about jumping higher and being more explosive. And he says if he wanted to know if we're doing the right exercises to be able to jump higher and get that vert up. And by all means, I said yes, we are. We're laying down the foundation and using the right tools or the right exercises to be able to get you to get there. Now, I'm not going to go over a technique too much on basically foot placement, what you can do with your hands, or even stretches that you should be working on to really open up that hip flexor or get that more elasticity to it. But if I had to say the top 5 exercises, maybe top 6, you could even say 7, I would, and put them into different categories or departments, I would easily round and say off the top of my head, what you need to do is you need to, number 1, I don't want to put these in a particular order, I'm just in rating, I'm just kind of naming them off. I would say you have to hit a deadlift, primarily a trap bar deadlift. Guys, you're gonna want to squat, and I would use the box squat. And those two, I would use primarily, obviously, to build strength, because there's no power, there's no explosiveness without strength. But I would use those in 2 different formats. I would have them that were working primarily to get stronger, build strength in that 1 to 5 rep zone. But I would also make them, when they're a little bit more established down the road, I would also have them worrying or hitting doubles and triples with technique, perfect technique, and tons of explosive. I would lighten the load, tons of speed behind what they're doing. And this is work, number 1, strength-wise, I'm building strength or building a bigger engine. In the power department, I'm teaching their body how to fire, how to recruit the most muscle, more motor units, more muscle during it, which is going to obviously allow them to be more explosive. So those are the top, I would say top 2 in any order. You can say trap bar deadlift, box squat. If I had to put another thing that really, I'm trying to think of a jump, what is it that when you do when you jump? You would have to worry about triple extension. So one of the things that I would do is, obviously, I always teach the high pull first. But I would say clean. Clean is the thing I was talking about. But I teach it with the high pull first. So literally teaching them how to be here and extend, or get the ankles, knees, and hips triple extended all the way through. And of course, I'm just teaching them how to high pull at first. So that's one thing, high pull or clean, however you teach it. And 2 would be, I would have to say, I would go with a throw, with a med ball throw. And primarily overhead, how to literally from here extend, or a backwards toss. A backwards toss is fine also. I'm really worried about getting triple extension and getting the hips through. That's really what I'm at, power. Moving the load from a dead start to point A to point B as fast as possible in the blink of an eye. That's what I want to work on. The last one is basically one of the things that I would, thinking about a jump, is quickness. One of the things that you have to do to be able to jump high is pull yourself down low and explode up. So there's a factor of quickness in there, or reactive speed. And one of the things that I've learned that's really good is a swing. After you teach a regular kettlebell swing, or if you use a dumbbell swing, obviously a more effective way is to do it with a kettlebell. But after they learn a kettlebell swing, you add a band. And that band is going to pull them back into the eccentric, or back to the lowering portion, at a very fast rate, they're gonna have to explode up out of that. So what is that doing right there while that's exactly what a jump is. So whenever you're trying to answer your question, you have to, or think about something with exercise, you have to match the needs of what it is. You just look at the demand, what do I want to accomplish, or what do I need to get there? And that's primarily where my answers come from, right there. I just have to think about it a little bit. Of course, I'm not talking about having adequate mobility to get there. I'm not talking about activation stuff, making sure your glutes are firing correctly, because if your glutes ain't firing, you're definitely not going to jump as high as you should be. I'm not talking about stretches to make sure that the psoas, hip flexors and everything gets adequate. You could, obviously, a rubber band here is going to produce fly further than a rubber band here. Just think of that as your muscles. If you could stretch, especially the hip flexor, if you could stretch it to there and then shorten it, you're going to jump higher. And having adequate flexibility with that is ideal. So I would say, obviously, a top 2, trap bar dead and box squat, using them in speed parameters and strength parameters, power and strength parameters. If they're just starting out, I would solely work on strength. They need general strength. After a little bit more, they're more established and they've hit adequate strength numbers, like 1.5 times their body, 1 time their body weight, 1.5 times their body weight in those lifts, 2 times their body weight. Now you can start working on power, working on explosiveness. Then I would say the high pull for myself. That's what I would do. And also the med ball throw, another power exercise. And the last thing I would work on in the top 5 or 6 exercises is the swing. Now you could, one of the things that I may, just thinking off the top of my head, I would also make a 6th one, snatch grip deadlifts, where you're in a snatch grip, but you're just standing straight up. And I wouldn't really work on power there. I would work solely strength numbers, so I would work in that 1 to 5 rep zone and getting that posterior strong as hell while keeping an adequate, obviously, back angle and form and whatnot. But I hope this answers your questions. If you guys have any more questions out there, let me know. I'll be happy to answer them for you. As always, subscribe to the channel. Check out the videos down below. Got tons of stuff here for you guys.